welcome back after the break. You're watching HY Campus. The Board of Intermediate Education has now created a facility to appear for improvement exams and make up for lost grades. And that's not only for the people who did not pass, it is an opening for all to clear their papers in 1 month's time. But behold, it's definitely not as easy as it sounds. It's quite tough even the second time round. So in this special episode, we will give you some tips on how to trance the test first and second time round.
The intermediates, improvement or any other candidates, okay, we can get more marks. Please follow these conditions and these units. Okay, first you get any 8 marks questions or 4 marks question, 2 marks question. Okay, first we observe the dynamic lessons. The dynamic lessons are, first one, 4th unit is a dynamics. This unit comes to 8 to 10 marks. Okay, here one essay question is there, one 4 marks question is there, and 2 short answers is there. Very short answer questions is there. And next unit is 5th one, collisions. In this collision, 2 marks question is there and 1 8 marks question is there. Total here we get 6 plus 4, 10 marks we get. Averagely we can get 10 marks. Okay, another 4 units is there. The units are 8th unit, rotatory motion, 9th unit, gravitation, 10th unit, simple harmonic motion, and 11th unit, elasticity. In these units, okay, 8th unit comes to 4 to 6 marks, and gravitation we can get 4 to 8 marks. And in simple harmonic motion, we can get one problem, 4 marks or any 2 marks. And one more question is a long answer. These long answers we can get 8 marks. Okay, and in elasticity, we can get 2 to 8 marks. Okay, we can get, if you give the one question is long answer, or if you get one 2 marks question. So here averagely we can get 22 marks in these 4 chapters. And after, these are all is there in mechanics. But first year intermediate are classified into 2 types. First one is mechanics and second one is thermodynamics. In thermodynamics, 3 units is there, and first unit is thermal expansion, and 15th unit is thermodynamics. In thermal expansion of materials and thermodynamics, okay, here thermal expansion of material we get 8 to 10 marks. Here one problem is there, one very short answer question is there, and one more 8 marks question is there. In thermodynamics, one 8 marks question or one short answer 4 marks question and one 2 marks question is there. Okay, here we get, and one more unit is there, transmission of heat. Okay, in transmission of heat we can get 2 or 4 marks. Okay, totally we get 22 marks in this unit. Therefore, in this total 8 chapters, we can get 50 to 60 marks. Okay, other we can get, but first year paper is total 76 marks paper. Okay, we can get another 16 marks is there. Okay, these 16 marks we can get first unit, units and dimensions, second unit, vectors, third unit, kinematics, and sixth unit, center of mass, and seventh unit, friction. Okay, these 5 units are we can get 60 marks. Okay, but in 16 units we can get, okay, another 4 marks is there, but that 4 marks are problems. Okay, first all our students are here, we get trouble for problems. Okay, don't we need problems? Okay, here the problems are very important in your MSET, AEEE and IIT. Okay, but these problems are comes to dynamics, kinematics, rotatory motion, gravitation, thermal expansion of material and thermodynamics. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, these 6 units are comes to one problem. Total 4 marks problem 1 is there and 2 marks problems are 2 are there. Okay, in essay questions we can get one problem is there and another essay question here problem is there and another essay question here problem is there. Total 6 marks, 6 plus 4, 10 and 2 more problems are there in very short answer questions. Total 14 marks are problems are here. Okay, this is the final sketch of the total intermediate improvement and instantaneous people.
As there are ups and there are the lows, we did enjoy celebrating with the top scorers and achievers. But what about the defeated? Should they continue their whole life with a lost opportunity? No, absolutely not. The people above us have understood that there could be many reasons for the students to miss their chance to get ace numbers. And hence these circumstances should not stand in the way of the students' bright future.
So if you go for the supplementary or improvement of chemistry, for first year people, the syllabus like this. First one is the atomic structure. In atomic structure, the weightage of lesson is 8 marks. So we have 4 to 5 important questions in this long answers. So we get a 8 marks question. That means long answer in this chapter. We have to thorough in the Bohr's atomic model and hydrogen spectral lines and the quantum numbers like that. We have to prepare the atomic structure for 8 marks question. And second lesson, that is the classification of elements. And periodicity in groups and periods. So in this lesson, it is also contains 8 marks weightage. In this, we have to read about the classification of periodic table in SPDF blocks. That is a major important question. And we have to study about the classification of periodic properties like electron affinity, electronegativity. So such type of properties, how they are varying the groups and periods, we have to read. For that purpose, we have to gain 8 marks questions. And one more question in the classification of elements, periodicity in the properties of elements. So that is what is ionization potential. So whether ionization potential 1 is greater than ionization potential 2 or less than ionization potential 2, and factors affecting on the ionization potentials, we have to read in this chapter. That is also one of the important question. And third lesson, that is the chemical bonding. In this chemical bonding lesson, we have to read about the Born-Haber cycle. In the Born-Haber cycle, how the energy changes based upon the Hess law, we have to read. And one more question in this chapter, it is also weightage contains 8 marks questions. So one more question in the important question in the chemical bonding, that is hybridization. In this hybridization, we have to read about each and every hybridization with a suitable example each. SP, SP2, SP3, SP3D, SP3D2 hybridations we have to clean study in this chemical bonding. And the third chapter we can say that states of matter. In this states of matter, we can read both the liquid state and gaseous state. States of matter. In this lesson, we have 6 marks weightage. In this states of matter, we can read about all gases laws deduced from the kinetic gas equation. So that kinetic gas equation we have to read 1/3 of mnc square. From that equation we can derive all kinetic gas equations and go for the Graham's law of diffusion and Dalton's law of partial pressure. So based upon that laws problems we have to read, and RMS velocity, most probable velocity, average velocity, we have to read in the states of matter. So in this year, this chapter, in this year, we included the liquid state. In this liquid state, we have to read about the viscosity, surface tension and the properties of liquids we have to read in this chapter. The weightage of this lesson is 6 marks. And the fifth lesson, that is hydrogen and its compounds. Hydrogen and its compounds, we have to read the preparation of H2O2 by electrolysis method and the properties of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide can have the both oxidation and reducing properties. It is very important, and we have to read about the heavy water and its chemical properties. And one more question from this hydrogen and its compounds that is based upon the hardness of water. So how we can remove the hardness of water? By temporary methods and permanent hardness of water. So from this lesson we have the weightage of 6 marks. And second, next lesson is stoichiometry. In this stoichiometry we have to read about the mole concept. So how can we can calculate the problems based upon the weight versus weight and weight versus volume and volume versus volume. We have to read about the stoichiometry. And one more thing, one more question we can expect from the stoichiometry lesson, that is the electron balance equation balancing method. So equation balancing and the calculation of empirical formula and molecular formula, that is very important this chapter. It is also contains a weightage of 6 marks. So next one is alkali and alkaline earth metals. So we can say that first and second A group elements. These first and second A group elements are called alkali and alkaline earth metals. From this we have to read about the chemical properties and preparation methods of all first A and second A group elements. And the third one is the next lesson, that is the group 13 element, nothing but we can say that third A group elements. So that is nothing but boron family. So in this boron family we have to read about the aluminum, boron. Basically we have to read about the here one important question in the this lesson, that is 4 marks, that is each group carries 4 marks. In third A group, so electron, what is electron diffusion center? Write about the B2H6 structure, that is nothing but diboron. In this third A group or 13th group, we can say that 13th group, so that is boron family. So 9th lesson, that is the 18th group, we can say that 0 group elements. It is also weightage of 4 marks. Basically we have to read in this lesson, that is xenon compounds. Why xenon and krypton only form the compounds, not other than these 0 group elements. So because of that we can say that xenon having the less ionization potential, it can form the compounds. Like this we can explain all the hybridations of xenon compounds. All the xenon can form the compounds with the fluorine and oxygen. We have to explain all the compounds. So that is the one of the important. Next one is the environmental chemistry. In environmental chemistry, in this lesson we have to read about the defluorination technique, and we have 8 definitions in this, that is threshold limit value, pollution, contaminant, such type of definitions we have to read. This chapter the weightage of 4 marks. And the last chapter we can say that 11th chapter, so that is group 14 element, that is nothing but 4th A group element. In this 4th A group element we have to read about the classification of carbon compounds, and we can say that the allotropy of carbon compound. So it has 2 types of allotropics, that is amorphous and crystalline allotropy. In this we have to read about the crystalline allotropy. In crystalline allotropy we have to read about the structures of graphite and diamond. What is the difference between the graphite and diamond? Why graphite is acting as a good conductor than the diamond? We have to read. And one more important question, 4 marks of the 4th A group, that is preparation of producer gas, water gas. So we have to read about in the 4th A group. And last lesson, last chapter, we can say that is organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, so we go through the inductive effect and the hyperconjugation, mesomeric effect, electromeric effect, and estimation of carbon compounds like nitrogen, oxygen which is present in the sulfur which is present in the organic compound, and we go through the alkane, alkyne and benzene preparation methods and their chemical properties. So based upon this we have the 12 marks of weightage in this chapter. So we can expect that one is the 3 4 marks questions, or one 8 marks question, or one 4 marks question. Otherwise he can ask in the 2 marks questions also.
We'll take a short break at this moment.